I was right. I've said it from the beginning. If Xbox wants the ROG Ally handheld to matter, the entry-level price point has to hit $499. Not $699, not $599, $499. If it doesn't, I think it's dead on arrival for most gamers. Well, guess what just leaked? An official-looking pre-order now banner at a UK retailer listing the ROG Ally at $499 in pounds, in UK pounds. That means that it's going to be in the US at $499. That's just the way these things work. They don't do the conversion rate. They move it over for psychological purposes, for messaging purposes. It will be $499. If this is true, if this image is true, it will be $499 in the US. Now, this is the first time we've seen this pop up. This is the first time we've seen any hint at a $499 price point. All the other ones have been $549, so $50 higher. It's going to be really interesting. If this is true, I think it's big. Here's the bigger question in my mind. Is this a smart strategy from Xbox? Or is it a high-risk play that still misses the mainstream? Because while the price point is right, the product still isn't necessarily for everyone. I mean, a handheld console is still pretty niche. Let's break that down. Let's break down what it means for Xbox hardware future and whether the $499 price point is enough to win over a skeptical gaming audience. I'm going to take my victory lap now because I think that this is accurate. This is the first time we've ever seen this banner. This is the first time we've ever seen it pop up, and it looks as though it could be real. And if it is real, then I was right. I was right all along. The reason we haven't gotten that price point is because Xbox wants to hit that $499 entry level, and I think they have to. Now, this is over at Xbox Ally. This was posted by Friendly Pharma. He said, I work at Argos and seems to be pre-orders start tomorrow for way cheaper than people think. And you can see here is the Xbox ROG Ally. Now at the bottom, there's a $499 price point. Now the only thing that is hesitation here is they messed up and they got this one wrong. They show off the ROG Ally X and they show that for $499 here on this image. In fact, if we blow it up, there you go. You can see it. Now on the other image here, let me go because you can't see it here. It doesn't pop up. If you come in, I zoomed in on it over on Twitter. And I just said, guys, I was right. If this is correct, I was right. You could see right down here, $499 for the ROG Ally. And this does show the correct image. This is on the white one there. So it's gonna, and you can see Argos 3-year electrical product care. I would be willing to say we're going to act like this is right for right now. I think it's probably correct. Why not? The question is this enough? Is this enough to get people to jump in? We just had the console hardware prices increase. I think they had to stand a chance. I think it's yet to be seen whether or not this will work. To stand a chance, this is the price point they have to jump in on. Xbox didn't price this to compete with the Switch or cheap mobile devices. They priced it to compete with the Steam Decks of the world, with a more hardcore the hardcore handheld PC gaming crowd. At $499, I think it demands to be taken seriously. I think that's why you had to bring it in. If this was any higher, it wouldn't be. Now, a lot of people in comments are going to say, well, wait a minute, this is in pounds. This is not in dollars. In dollars, that conversion rate is going to be like $549, $589, $599, etc. No. That's not how it works. A global marketing company like Xbox is going to keep that the same in the US for messaging purposes. Now, if it was in Australia, for instance, or was in like, Asian countries where the conversion rate is not the same, but the UK is close enough to the US that it's just going to be $499 US dollars. Mark my words. If this price point is correct in the UK, this is what it will be for in the US. That's how it works. US is one of the largest markets when it comes to consumer spending. Xbox would be foolish, and it's why they don't do it, to make that price point cheaper. It will be $499 here if this is correct. Now, at that $499 price point, I think what they're saying is this isn't a toy, it's a portable Xbox. And that's exactly what they're trying to sell here. If you're already subscribed to Game Pass, this becomes the most flexible way to play Xbox games. It just does. Whether you're on the go, if you're playing in your house, up on the couch, in bed at night, you can play this everywhere. And they're going to be able to advertise that you get to play this with PC power. That's just the reality. Now, some of you with big gaming rigs are going to be like, this is a PC power. This is far less than a ballsy PC. Yes, of course it is. But it can still play PC games, and it's a handheld, and it's the top hardware at the Ally X, their high end, the Ally X, is top tier in the handheld space. It just is. It's got the top tier specs. So this, in my mind, is Xbox doubling down on the Game Pass lifestyle. Everything they've done the last couple weeks, they've done the last couple years, everything that we've known just in the past few days is them pushing the Game Pass lifestyle, and I think this is exactly the entry point that you want. The question is this a one-off? Is this the one-off? Is this just going to be an experiment? Or is this a new line of Xbox certified partner devices? I think it depends. I think it depends how this goes. You have to imagine that Xbox and Asus are both sitting back and saying, okay, if this goes well, we're going to do more of these. If it doesn't go well, then I think it's a big question mark. Maybe Xbox moves on to someone else. I don't think so, though. I think they would stick with Asus. I think it's a great match. It's a great partnership for both of them. So it's going to be really interesting to see if this is more. I think that just depends on how the future goes here. If this sells decently, then there'll be more just like this. In fact, there'll be better ones. This will just be the beginning. Think about this. From what we're hearing, this is really good. Everybody that's got to try it says, yeah, these devices are legit. The software is legit. It looks like it's working well. Think about this. This is the worst it will ever be. You buy it day one and it works decently. It works how you want it to work. That's the worst it will ever be. It's only going to improve going forward. So it's really exciting. I'm really excited, guys. I just am. I think Xbox is quietly shifting toward a hardware ecosystem model similar to Android. We've talked about that before. We've talked about, this is basically Android versus Apple. Apple controls everything. They have the hardware, they have the software, and it all works together. Android, on the other hand, goes out and says, okay, we've got the software. Anyone can make the hardware for it. We will certify it. We'll work together there. I think it's a smart way for Xbox to do it, particularly when it comes to the increase in prices in their hardware console. This is the best way to do it. Get a hardware company that's got everything figured out, that knows how to do it, that is running efficiently, and just certify it and focus on the software there. It's gonna be really interesting. If Steam Deck is the Apple model. Hey, we control this. This is our own hardware. It's first party. Can Xbox compete with Steam Deck in that manner? That's the real contest, and that's the real competition there in my mind. At $499, this doesn't undercut the Steam Deck or attract casuals necessarily from the Switch, although it's the same price point as the Switch too. So it might, but I don't think that that's your audience. I think your audience is a Steam Deck audience, honestly, with the benefits of Game Pass. However, if you have a Steam Deck, you technically can still load up Game Pass there as well. So it's just a really interesting model. It's going to be fascinating to see how it all breaks down. For console players, for instance, with the new price of the Series X and the Series S, do you get, instead of getting the Series S, for instance, do you get this? It's not that much more expensive than a Series S. I think you do. I mean, I would. It depends if you're a kid. I don't give this bad boy to a kid. I get the Series S for a kid. I don't need them breaking it. That's just, you don't need to break this hardware. I'm sorry, that does not go to a kid. So I don't think that's I think you're going after adults. You're going after, your 18 to probably 35-year-old crowd there. You're going after hardcore gamers. And we'll see how this breaks down. The funny thing here is we've talked about the console wars. They've been big for, 2 decades, 3 decades now. This is not about outselling PlayStation. It's just not. PlayStation 1. We can all admit it. PlayStation 1, the hardware console war. It's about building a distributed platform, a distribution platform. That's what Xbox is doing here. Does it hurt their brand identity? I really don't think it does, because you have Game Pass already. And Game Pass is absolutely crushing it. We know that based off of our video from yesterday, that they've invested even more money, their highest ever, into Game Pass. And that's not going away anytime soon. I think they really do see the future of gaming through cloud and through streaming. And I think that they're correct on that. And everything I'm seeing and everything I'm experiencing, I just think they're correct. So let me ask you guys this now. We're operating, by the time this video comes out, who knows? We may have news that this is indeed true and it's confirmed. But we're going to operate as if it's true for now. At $499, are you jumping in, or is this still a wait and see for you? Is this a wait and see device for you? For me, $499 is a perfect price point. I've always said that's the price point. You got to get in at the entry point. Your high-end one, that doesn't matter. That can be, it doesn't have to match the price difference here. I don't think that's as important. I think it would still be nicer if that came in at $799, for instance. But I think it could be $899 even. That's really expensive, but you're already have a smaller audience for that. It's super hardcore players. That's how that works. So I would love to know what you guys think, though. What do you think of this price point? Do you think it's real? Do you think we're going to hit that $499 price point? If it does, are you jumping in? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to this channel. My name is X1 the Gamer. We drop videos like this all the time right here. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.